October 21st, 2025, Oregon Zone 9A. It is a brisk 44-degree morning. And here we've got Battaglia Green. And I plucked one of these off yesterday and did a YouTube short, but I want to do a formal tasting. This is a second year in ground on an embankment next to some pavers. So it's kind of a favorable microclimate. I put the trees that I at the time was most interested in here. Right next to it is a small little Anguirolo that I've been growing as well. But this one, it's on the list of Adriatics, and there's always a debate between White Madeira and Green Mitch and Angelito and Battaglia Green. But we're going to take a quick taste of this very ripe fig. I've got a couple other ones that are really close, including some chonky ones. But let's go take a taste of Battaglia Green.
Here's a professionally made but unnecessary intro. So let's talk about figs. Let's talk about figs.
All right, well, let's talk about Battaglia Green. Now, this is in the Adriatic category. And for those of you who are newer to figs, this is a classification of figs where the outer skin is like a bright green and the inside is a bright red to deep red. There's numerous different figs in this category. The most well-known ones are probably like White Madeira, Green Michurinska, Battaglia Green, Angelito. I introduced one called Margarita earlier this year from my friend's Greek tree. There's numerous versions, and they often have similar characteristics, especially like a very strawberry forward or berry forward flavor profile. So let's look at this one. Tight eye, and just to keep in mind, it's October 21st, and there's a bunch of figs on this particular tree, so we'll see how many of them actually ripen. But this doesn't feel particularly heavy. Let's take a weight and see what is probably like 22-ish grams. 26.5. So not, pretty typical size. Most of the Adriatics aren't particularly chunky. So let's cut this open, and then we'll get a sense. And I have a squirrel screaming at me. I did do a little YouTube short yesterday on this fig because I saw one and I just had to have it. So this is Battaglia Green. So gorgeous, jelly-like interior, kind of smaller seeds. We'll try to get really zoomed in here. So, smaller seeds, but super ripe. And again, this is an in-ground tree. This is in its second year in a favorable microclimate against some pavers near my patio. So this one, I'm gonna do a double tasting. But let's get the Brix loaded. And then, the goal again, just like it did with all the Mount Etna types, figure out which is best, at least for my climate. So let's take a taste of Battaglia Green.
Nobody wants to hear gross sounding fig chewing into a microphone.
All right. So I guess let's start out with my feeble attempt at the Brix. So I'm going to put this Brix at 21.6. Not too far off. It is good. It is pretty darn similar to the Breba I had off of it, which was, I think there was one Breba. It's pretty similar to the one Breba I had off of White Madeira. So, what are the advantages here? Well, this one is probably, at least in my property, a full 2 weeks ahead of White Madeira number one. I don't think any of the White Madeira number one figs on my tree are going to ripen. And there's like 60 to 75 figs on that tree. And the tree's like 5 foot tall. So it's completely loaded, and I don't think they're going to ripen. Whereas the Battaglia Green has a similar number of figs, maybe 50 figs, and I would venture to say a third to a half of them will ripen. So it is earlier, at least for me, than White Madeira number one. These are both in ground. And the Battaglia Green has a 1 year deficit compared to the White Madeira. The White Madeira is a 1 year older tree in ground. This is a pretty straightforward Adriatic. It's not a punch in the mouth of strawberry. It is a very pleasant. There's no acidity. It has some minimal seed crunch. They're there, but it's a pleasant seed crunch. It's a very delicate skin. It is not chewy at all. I'll say it's a slight chew. Um, and it's a clean fig. Like, it's not pasty. It's kind of, and it's not watery. It's in between. It has a good texture. It's there. You taste it, and then it doesn't linger. So it's kind of a nice, refreshing Adriatic fig um, that will ripen in ground in the Pacific Northwest. Um, do I think it would do better in a very large pot? Probably. If you could give this thing 2 or 3 weeks head start, you'd be tickled because I think you'd ripen all of them. But it is a very healthy tree. This particular tree doesn't have any signs of FMV at all. It's really, really robust. The air layers that I've grown off of this thing do very, very well. Um, it's a very pleasant fig. It's not complex. It's kind of strawberry. It's sweet. Has a nice mouthfeel, and I'm happy I ate it. So that's my review on Battaglia Green. I've got some more late season figs, hopefully about to ripen. So I'll update you if those happen, and then get out there and eat more figs. Figologist here. Enjoy the rest of your day.